Alright, let's get started. Oh, wrong screen. There you go. Alright, welcome. So I don't have my camera on at the moment. I'm just eating, if you can't hear. But we can continue. We're working on Welk tonight. So there's a few things I want to get done. We've been racking up a bunch of issues that we've been having that I kind of want to solve, of course. I also want to start working on Welk to make it look nicer than what it is. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If we go to localhost and is fine, but yeah, all right. Yeah, I should also build up the the testing pages and so forth like that. Yeah. That will be another day type of thing. But for the moment, what I can do, I can minimize everything. I can open up source. I can open up local. I can open up local app. I can clean up all of this. Hang on. All right. Oh, I've got to also, where's the color for this? Oh, it's probably on the index. Yeah, I don't know where I put the color for that. Oh, it's on the body. Yeah, let's just remove that. There we go. We can deal with this tonight. Alright, getting into it. What I want to do, straight off the bat, there's a couple of things I want to do. One of them is I want to rename a lot of these components. I want to have Welk out the front of it. And get rid of the component in the name. So we've got button component. I want to rename that to Welk button. The same with all of these. So yeah, shouldn't take us too long to do. So WLK. I'm just going to do that. Get rid of that. WLK. Easy done. And we've just hit our first ad break. I'm kind of still eating, so I'm sorry for those who are on the ads. It's not like we're doing much anyway. We're just renaming all of these. Like so. Pretty easy to do. Shouldn't take us too long. And then we'll work on making the UI look a lot better. That way when we pass everything into NearBeach, it's just going to look a lot nicer. All right, we're done card. We need the checkbox. All right, I'm just gonna Shift F6. Oops. Whoop. Now that will be a welcome date time picker. And that will be, yeah, all right, cool. I don't know if I want picker at the end of the name, just because now it's getting really, really long. So I'm just going to get rid of it. Easy done. All right, drag and drop. Oh, hang on. Well, we don't have a test in the drag and drop yet, but that's fine. We're not too worried about that. Form group. A lot of these, we're still going to set everything up. Yeah, we just haven't had time yet. So we've just done the form group. Multi-select. That's something we've got to work on next. Number input. Password input. Yeah, I'll keep the error message in there. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna have to come back to that one. A lot of these need their tests. And that's pretty much it. So, oh, tabs component. Sorry, I forgot to get rid of component. This is the design. All right. Switch component. This is going to be component. Easy done. Yeah, a lot of these, I've just missed to remove the component. That's perfectly fine. That's that. That's that. That's that. That's that. I'm just hoping we don't have any more components. Cool. Anyway, what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to go form group, welcome form group. And that's why I kind of want to do the first 3 characters as well. It's just so if people were typing it in, it actually pops up with welk and everything in there, and then hopefully their ID will help them pick the correct component. So yeah, that's the main reason why. All right, now I know I'm missing something. There we go. Then what I want is I want welc text input. vModel equals model. We also need the label in there too. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to break that out. I'm going to go ID equals test label. Label equals test label. And that should be it. And then we'll just do something like that. Very, very simple. I'm not bothering with too much with that. I can go class equals success. There we go. Easy done. As you can see, I don't like how this renders out at all. Not one bit. Yeah. I'm going to have to work on this a lot. Another thing that I've got to work on, and I mentioned this at the start of the stream, I've got to create a page for every single component that I'm building. And the reason being is if I need to test something, I can just use this, jump into it, see if it's working, and so forth like that. I can set up Playwright, I can do a bunch of stuff. Now, I like when it's like that. You can see everything. I don't like it compacted like that. So, I don't like the border. Yeah, I just don't like much about it. So we're gonna fix it all up. Alright. Let's open up the text input. Oops, sorry, I was meant to open up this. Not too worried about the local stuff. I'll put that over there for the moment. We're not too worried about it. I'm just gonna whoop. Alright, in here, it's a very, very simple sort of thing. We're rendering a tooltip. We're rendering in an error message and stuff like that. A lot of this is very, very basic. So we've got is required, label, min length, and all that kind of fun stuff. If we scroll down, we'll have the form group, which now should be that. Yeah, all right. So we have a couple of components that are going to be like this. Now that we've actually changed all this stuff. Easy way to do it. Yes, socks. And that's it. So we changed everything. We're going to have a bunch of errors pop up and all that kind of fun stuff, but that's not going to be a problem. We'll fix it as we go along. Sorry, socks, did you want to pop up? No? There we go, sweetie. And that's my food. Alright. Try not to sit on the keyboard. And your head's right in the way too, socks. So, give me a couple of seconds. I'm just having a quick think how we're going to handle this area. So the tooltip we want rendering in there. Now, We do actually want this span in here because it will tell the screen reader that the field is required. And Sherry, sorry, I'm just eating food. How are you going? And we want the error message at the end. All right. Sorry, it was a big chili. So I'm just, I'll be right back. Sorry guys, I just need a bit of water. Alright. Let's turn back on the webcam. There we go. Hopefully everyone's going well. Socks is here. Alright. So I'm happy with this so far. Sorry. I'm just not happy with the CSS. You good? Oh, that's good to hear. Yeah, I'm having a good night. Can't complain. Just tired, but otherwise, yeah, can't complain. All right. Other things I want to do: margin bottom for the label. Right, I might want to move that into REM. Yep. Now, I can see the padding focus is in there, which is not what I want. That's better. All right. Another thing I want to do is notice how it's going from thick to thin. I want the border size to stay the same. So I'm going to get rid of that. That's better. Now, I'm not a big fan of the 2 pixels. I'm going to change that. I thought I would be, but after dealing with it, seeing what it'll look like on NearBeach, I'm kind of like, nah. I'll move back to the 1 pixel. So I need to open up. I need to close the components, close the local, open up the styles, partials. We have input variables. So, border variables, sorry. We have that as a thickness, but I'm going to do 1.25. Oh, border radius. Sorry, that's the wrong one. Sorry, it's this one down here. Border width. Oh. let me... Oh, I've got that wrong. There we go. Now that's extra thin, which is not exactly what we want. So go back to that. It's going to go 1.25. That one's, yeah. I'm going to go 0.75. I think that's it. I think that's the best we can do. I'm also going to change the color. So we're going to pick a certain color. Sorry, just I'm thinking of this color, and then we can do that. But we've got to have an HSL. Damn. All right. Oh. All right. Not a problem. All right, so we got this. I'm just going to paste that into here. Now we've got that. And then, are we using muted anywhere? We are for itself. Drop down view to muted. I want to be consistent. Yeah, I'm going to call that focus. Right, easy done. So we've just now got that as focused. What I also want to do is I kind of want a darkish blue for this focus. So I'm going to paste that in. I'm going to yank that. We are going to just paste it into there and just go like that. All right, so the idea being is the border will be very, very light or way too light. And then we'll have a darker sort of color. I'm still not liking that. All right, what if I up this to 1.25 again? It's a little bit better. Still maybe just a touch too light. In which case we can go with this blue here. I can just key it into here like this, grab that hex. I can go up here, I can click on that, and I can paste it in, and it's slightly more. So that one was, I think, this color here. No, way too much. Does that even change the color? We'll drag it down ever so slightly. Alright, there we go. I think that's looking a little bit nicer. Do we want the rounded borders? I don't think we had the rounded borders on. Alright, let's go back here. So, we've got the margin top. Sorry, the margin bottom for the label. We've got the span. That's going to be the Welk text red. That's going to be for the errors. And then we've got the padding where we've got the border style, we've got the border width, we've got the border color. We don't have the border radius. Okay, and there it goes. So that's not what we want. That's us just going to extremes. We're going to do something like that. Maybe not subtle enough. I think that's good. I think that's subtle enough for everyone. Alright, cool. The test label itself, I think bringing it in closer works, but not that close. I think that one worked really, really well. The padding. It doesn't need... Actually. I think the 0.5 padding is good. Box data, we're all happy with that. So width, radius, color. The focus, this is where we need to actually change it to Welk border. Color focused. Yeah, that's a lot darker, which means I can bring that blue back up a little. So if I go in here, I can, let's say 85. Yeah, I think that looks good. All right. As for the compact 1 REM, yeah, we're dropping the font size. Don't know why we're specifying it exactly there. Line height 1.25, margin bottom. We'll go into rems, at medium large. All right, font size. All right, cool. We're happy with that. The input, yep, will drop. The padding no longer needs the pixel because the width will be based on the border size and all that kind of fun stuff. Everything on the large screen or bigger. Yep, all right, cool. We're kind of happy with that. So that's looking a lot nicer now. So when we import it into NearBeach, he'll have the new colors and so forth like that. And we'll, of course, work with those new colors. The idea being is if you use this, you can override those colors very, very easily. All right, so text input, error message not showing. So we've got this. I'm just going to copy this. What we're going to do is we're going to go into that. I am going to type in, wait. I'm just going to paste that in. Oh, that's another thing. We've got the tooltip stuff. Because we don't actually have the icon. Yeah, we don't have the icon. So I'm just having a quick think. Oh, all right. I need to fix up that icon. I need to fix up that tooltip too. I definitely don't like how thick the border is and all that kind of fun stuff. So we'll fix it up. We also need it to be subtle. It just look a lot nicer. That looks horrible. So yeah. And Unhurt Stoner, how are you going? Hopefully you're going well. Sorry, I just saw your message. And yeah, we don't have the error messages appearing. We've got that appearing. Which, all right. There are a few things to fix with this one. Okay, so render error message straight away. That should be welk. Render error message. And the error message should be coming from here. Still not. All right. Yeah, I need to get that info dead center. This one's looking less dead center too. And it's not red. So, yeah. All right, let's get the errors working. I'm just going to put this off to the left. We're going to have a look at the view stuff here. So we've got the welk text input down here. We should have an error message that's calculated. So it has error false. All right, so we've got a false in here at the moment. What I'm going to do is... there's our error message. There's our has error. We could potentially get away with removing the has error. The error message is blanked out. Model length number value not a number. Then it's 0. All right, cool, sweet. Get the length of the model. If not a number, feedback. Yep. All right, cool. That's easy done. Good. Just finished doing some work on API. I've been working on. I'm almost ready to release soon. Oh, nice. Congratulations. Is required model length equals 0, then all of that. Yeah, this field is required. Yeah, that should be hitting that. Oh, and we've hit an ad break. All right, cool. I'm actually going to lower my desk. I'm getting a bit tight on my feet. Give me a minute. Alright. Oh, can I sit down? Oh, yes. We've got about 40 seconds left of the ads. Right about here. Alright. Yeah, hopefully everyone's going well. We've got about 25 seconds left of the ads, and then we can just continue back on with it. So, yeah. What else do I need to get done? A lot of things. I don't think I'll last long tonight. Yeah, I've been up since 6. Oh, actually 5:30. I think I got up at 5:30 this morning, which is super early for me. Welcome back, everyone. If I go to bed early again tonight and wake up early again tomorrow, I'm going to the gym. All right, in here we've got model length is required. Now is required is true. And when I do that, yeah. Oh, the error message popped up. Has error is true. So, all right, if I refresh, yeah. So that's working. That logic up there is working. Something down here isn't. Did we move this to a slot? Well, that might be it. I think that's it. I think this is the reason why it's not working is because I moved it to a slot. I'm just passing things down. Developing a self-hosted game server app that runs on top of Docker with easy-to-use UI for gamers to make servers on their PC. Oh, fair enough. So, if I wanted to host an old Quake type of thing, I can set up a server through it. I'm that old, I'm showing my age. Please don't hate me. Alright, so whelk render error message. Alright, and then that's going to be v if the error message does not equal nothing. And then we're passing through error message. And there I go, done. However, that being said, when it's not, if there is no error there, I kind of don't want it to disappear. And the reason being is, notice that submit button moves up and down. I don't want that. And when there's no message in there, I've just got to see, but no, I can do this with CSS. So the idea here is we do a before that has content. So we go and before contain, I think something like that. Oh, content. Not contain. Sorry, content. Now, when we type that in, it does actually knock itself back down. That's the problem. But if I change that to a div, then it has a before. But the before is that. If I get rid of that, yeah, give me a couple of seconds as I figure this one out. All right. Div. Well, maybe I need to start adding more games, right? Yeah, fair enough. I only have Minecraft and 5M working, but mostly any game will work. I just need to add the support for it. Fair enough. Yep. Or someone else could because it will be open source. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. No, I think that's a cool project. Yeah, if you want if you want to LAN with friends and stuff like that, I can see that becoming very, very useful. Where you just go up and you're like, all right, guys, what should we play? All right, cool, boom, hit the Docker, open it up, and get it to install everything. Called it Kubelet. Oh, well, fair enough. I like the name. Alright, I like the name. There's nothing apart from these light globes about it. But yeah, no, I think it's a cool idea. Alright, if we yeah, alright. So I need that. I need this. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I mean, I could always... Well, fair enough. Fair enough. Alright, I'm Googling this. Alright, CSS before content. To keep line height. Alright. It's because line height has been inherited by the before elements, which is also an inline element. You could solve this by P before font size, flat left. Alright, let's just... So I don't want something like that. I just want something where it just disappears. We still have the height. of the content. I think CSS character for a space that inherits line height. All right. Oh. Oh, all right. Yep. Let's have a look. And hello, Sour Yogurt. How are you going? Hopefully you're going well. No, that's... oh, hang on. I'll put that as a string, because I am silly. Oh... Yeah, no, that doesn't work. What am I building? I am building Welk UI up at the moment. We're going to be using it for NearBeach. So it's going to be full of dumb components. We're just fixing a couple of issues that have been annoying me in the last couple of days. You're probably watching me do my weakest thing, which is the design and figuring out the CSS stuff again. Yeah. So one thing that is annoying me is this. For example, notice the submit button. It will move down when we get an error. I don't want that. I actually want this to sort of disappear, but keep that line spacing there. So that's what we're trying to figure out at the moment. And I've just forgotten how. And even if we add stuff in, yeah, it just does that. I'm just like, no, I don't want the form. I don't want that with the form. We've also got to fix that too. That's annoying me. All right, set line height for CSS. I'm just gonna try one thing. I don't like importance. I absolutely hate importance. All right. Nothing pops in. Yeah, all right. Seeing if that would work. I didn't put in the content though. When you say, do you need it? Oh, yeah, all the time. It's all open source. Currently, we're going through a massive refactor. So what's actually happening is I'm deleting about 8 years worth of bad decisions and stuff like that. I've learnt a lot in those 8 years, so I'm essentially, refactoring everything. So big, massive rewrite and so forth like that. We're turning NearBeach into a single page application. We're moving all the data calls. Oh, what did I do then? All the data calls. Full screened it. No, get out of full screen. No. We're turning all the backend calls into API calls and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. I am terrible with design. I'm okay with CSS, but still not the best with CSS. Alright, so now we know that is done. Yeah, it's just not... Alright, I'm just going to have to ask. Hey, get back here. How to... keep line height in a div when there is no content in the div. Alright, let's ask. Here we go. Someone's... Some possibilities. Set height to the min height. Alright, cool. Oh. That is the thing. I could put the min height as the text height of the error. Oh. There's an empty. I wonder if I can inherit that. I'm just gonna go background color hot pink for a second. He's John. Should refresh. No, alright. Looks like I do need line height set properly. So I'm gonna set something ridiculous. Yeah, it's not wanting to do it. Now, I'm not doing anything... No, I'm not doing anything stupid. I'm going to make sure... Yep. I haven't put content. Alright. Hasn't done the background color either, which is really weird. But then again, it's a before. Might not have a... and that's the border of that, which not what we want. All right, what? Might be one of those things. I am just barking up the wrong tree. Oh, hang on. Perfect. That's what I wanted. All right, cool. Can't believe that. So we just wanted content with a full stop and visibility is hidden. Cool. I'm gonna be happy with that. Now it does mean that there's always going to be a bit of a gap. But that should be fine. That's just because of the form grouping. I think I'm happy with that gap between the inputs because that means that we could type something in. We might need a little bit more gap. What I'm going to do, margin bottom, I'm going to do 0.125 rem. That should give us just the tiniest amount of gap. And then when someone finishes that, there we go, perfect. And then, yeah, all right. So no longer is the form shifting and stuff like that. Cool. Now I need that to be red, and I need that icon to be sent to that, and then I need to fix the tooltip. So, what can I do? Oh, God. Alright, going down here, width is required. So that's part of the span. That's actually part of the label. So what I've done is I've put this in the wrong spot. There we go. So now we can see it's red. It stands out, being like, hey, this is something you gotta fill out. Let's deal with this icon here. Now, tooltip. Oh, you're good. Well, I'm sorry about that. Now, the tooltip itself. It's just an SVG. All right. Oh, I've got that. So if I click on the tooltip, we have a transform. That's on the tooltip itself, which is on the span. At least it should be on the span. Oh, we don't. Okay. Ah, it's on the wrong thing. All right. Yeah, that's meant to... Alright. Alright, let's have a look at that. Alright, don't need that much. I think that's perfect. Alright. Cool. So that's working. That's all looking nice now. All I need to do is fix up the tooltip itself. So the tooltip looks horrible. We're going to go... We're going to go border color. Going to cut the width. I'm going to deal with the radius. That's looking a little bit better. The background, we're going to go white. White, yeah. Okay. Now, notice that the tooltip, the header seems a bit large. Ooh. So, zero all along the shot. I'm happy for it to inherit the color. Just don't know why the top, left, bottom, right. Oh, that's the padding. Yeah, nah, what I want, 0.25 rem, 0.25 rem, yeah, like that. Yeah, I think 0.25 rem all along the shot. Like that, perfect. All right, I like that. It's looking a lot better now. Okay. Button I don't mind. I'm just wondering if we can change the label text also. And PPG 15, how are you going? Hopefully you're going well. Alright, CSS label on focus. Oh, I said sure. We actually have the source code on GitHub. Essentially, we're going through a massive refactor at the moment, which means I'm deleting a vast majority of the code and reformatting it because I've learned a lot in the last 8 years. There's a lot of technical debt in the last 8 years. I'm just getting rid of it and hopefully simplifying everything. So, yeah. And PPG 15, I am trying to, I'm building Welk, which is going to be our dumb component library. And I'm just doing all the styles and stuff like that and getting everything sort of fixed and working. So I'm A, happy with it, and B, it looks nice, hopefully. So, yeah. Oh, and we've just hit an ad break on YouTube. Sorry, on Twitch. I'm getting tired. I think this will be the last ad break for tonight. Yeah, sorry, I won't be able to stream much longer. We also have a Discord. So yeah, hopefully everyone's going well. I think it's gotten cold here. Well, not cold enough for me to wear a jumper, so definitely not cold enough for pants. I would be boiling. But it was raining today, which I'm not complaining about. It's 18 degrees. Oh, it's a bit warmer than I thought. All right. So we'll have 2 days of rain, and then yeah, low to mid 20s. Nice. I'm not going to complain about that at all. Now, I fixed this issue. I fixed a couple of issues all at once, so which is nice. All right, getting back to this, and welcome back, everyone. Let's jump back into it. So I fixed this issue. So now ready for retesting for this. No way to disable button. I think we fixed that one. Yeah, I think you're right, Socks. I think you can just disable it. Oh wait, that's for the button. That's not. Oh, this is how tired I am. Select component is. We need to fix that. Text icon component does not exist. Yes. All right. So if we go back into the tooltip message, this has to be an SVG, which it is. All right. Awesome. So that should work now. That should be ready for retesting. Input fields have no visual language when they are focused. So that's ready for retesting. Just because we've done it for the text one, we're going to copy that for everything else. I just noticed that you're using VueJS. I'm comfortable with React and Svelte. If you're comfortable with React and Svelte, VueJS isn't that far off. There's a lot of syntax similarities with Svelte. Well, I haven't used Svelte, so it's just me looking at Svelte and being like, okay, yep, cool. I'll just do this and do this. Yeah. Card footer, CSS padded deeds a variable. All right, that's easy done. That's something else. Select component is all right. So what I want to do is let's go over here. Let's go get status. We changed everything. All right, this is git add. I should have done a commit before. Git commit. All right, we have done multiple things in this commit, and I don't like doing this. I like actually separating them out all into separate commits. But yeah, I've done something silly. All right, no problem. Renamed all components to have welk appended. Oh, not that one. You can send them to me in Discord. I just don't respond that often in Discord. Right, so we've done that one. That one's the major of the thing. We fixed this one. We fixed this one. So We've also got to set Circle CI up for Welk, hopefully in the near future. If I got time tomorrow, I'll do that. Main reason being is I kind of want to get everything tested, and all these bugs that we're doing tonight, I also want to write unit tests so they never appear again. So yeah, it's just that I am pretty exhausted. I feel like I've been exhausted constantly after work lately, so I do apologize. Alright, so we want Welk, we want source, we want components, we want our good old select, and then what we want is the Welk select. So we should be admitting up is valid straight away. Now, also, one other thing which I've noticed is we've got to get rid of that. And we've got to import this. And that might be a quick fix. Welk form group. All right. Oops, didn't mean to do that, but doesn't matter. Local app, I'm not worried about this one. There we go. I'm just fixing up these quickly. Something I should have fixed up straight away. All right. I'm just gonna push that one through. Okay. What was I doing? I don't know. I was fixing a bug. Currently inside text input component, there's no icon. Oh no, we fixed that one. Input fields, yeah, we fixed that one. We're moving on. Select component is emitting upper false value when it is filled out. Now we just got to test this out. So we've got the Welk select. And the idea is we've got it on change. And it should be emitting up. It might be one of those things that we need a next tick in our code. And just async and stuff like that, because it might not be feeding through the whole entire thing. Because yeah, when you change it, check validation, that's all, and then emit. Yeah, all right. Should be instantaneous. What I'm going to do, I'm going to write myself a little message. Please add in next tick. And test with again could be a race condition which next tick could solve easily. All right, cool. I'm struggling, man. massively. I'm probably going to have to call it there. I'm sorry. I am absolutely struggling tonight, more so than last stream. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you very much, everyone, for being here tonight. Yeah, just short stream. We got a couple of things fixed, which is nice. Hopefully I get to push these changes up tonight. Yeah, I just actually I probably won't. I'm that tired. I'll probably actually be going to sleep straight away. Anyway, thank you very much, everyone. We're going to raid someone. I'm just going to turn off the music. I don't think music helps. Swabby Games Live. So for those on Twitch, you get to raid. For those on YouTube, sadly, we won't be able to raid anyone, but thank you very much for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It actually does help the channel. So yeah, thank you very much, everyone.